Our buddy Zim Whodey is back in the house. I mean, he's got his what is that on, my man? I mean, you're already moving. Is that called Savage Mode? Is that what that shirt says?
Tom, I'm going to need you to get up to par with what's going on right here. On ZimWhodey.com, we got Savage Mode. I heard you were doing the gritty and stuff. You're in your Savage Mode. You're unlocking your inner beast. That's what we're aiming.
Do you have a grade? Did you see my gritty? What were your thoughts on it? Be honest with me now, Zim. I mean, I know I'm an old white guy, and if you want to beat me down, you can go ahead and beat me down. But what were your thoughts on that?
I haven't seen it yet. The guys told me about it. They had some smirks on their faces, so I'm hoping to load that up today. I'm going to check it out.
Okay. Well, I want to get your opinion because your opinion matters very much to me as I get into. Do you sell that stuff? Those T-shirts and stuff, Savage Mode. Do you sell that stuff?
ZimWhodey.com. Ask your son. We're rolling out here. You know, we're doing our thing out here, Tom. I'm going to get you one. You need to wear one on the show.
No, you know what? I'm not going to ask for anything free. I am going to buy it from you because you're kind enough to come on this program on a regular basis, and we're lucky and we're thrilled and we're blessed you're here. And so I'm going to check in with my son Luke because you and him go way back. I mean, it's a couple 3 years now. He's been talking about you. He's a huge fan. He gets very excited, even though he's in school right now. He'll go back later and he'll watch when you come on. He doesn't care about watching his dad, but he wants to see his main man, Zim Whodey.
It's understandable. I mean, look at me. You know, I'm getting sexier. I don't know if we're losing games and, you know, it has like something to do with the sexy appeal on me or whatever. My wife is telling me I'm looking even more handsome every single day.
Your wife tells you that? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Your wife tells you that? How long you been married? 10 minutes?
10 minutes. So you got me. So, hey, look, you got me. But I will tell you this. One thing that I did notice, and I think this might be part of the streak, if anybody's watching this at home, Tom is a little too clean for me these days. I feel like the cut is too clean. You got to scruff it out. You see my beard? If we're going to get these wins, we got to go in the trenches on our DJ Reader stuff. We got to get into our inner savage mode, and we got to unlock it. I think you're a little too clean.
So what does that mean? Do I need to go T-shirt, hoodie, maybe don't shave, something like that?
You have to give us something.
Yeah, here's a perfect example.
Okay.
Right here. No, I'm going all out. I'm growing it out.
Yep, you are.
And it's going to grow out all throughout the football season.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just wear hoodies like this, and you come in and wear jeans, like just come in casual, but in savage mode.
Okay. Well, I got to get some of Zim Whodey's merchandise, some merch. Is that the word? Is that the hip word, Zim? Merch?
I'm not a fan of that word, but yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, merch.
I mean, some dude on here told me today, one of our viewers, Zim, and look, you're basically telling me in a nice way that I'm not hip, that I'm not cool, and I've been told that before. My wife actually tells me those things, so that's okay. Doesn't bother me. My kids tell me I'm not hip, I'm not cool. But when a viewer tells me that I'm trying to be hip and I'm not as hip as I think I am, that hurts. That hurts.
Who told you that? Like, God,
I'm telling you.
The haters are coming out the woodwork, but I don't believe that your kids are telling you that, and I definitely don't believe your wife would tell you that.
Well,
I think you're really
trust me when I tell you.
Hip. If I'm giving you some advice, I would stay away from gritties. I would just keep it to a simple two-step, and I think baby steps.
Whoa. What? You would stay away from gritties? Why? You said you haven't seen it. I might have been great on it.
All right. I'm not going to place judgment yet, but based off of the information you've already given me, saying I'm an older white guy, you're already setting yourself up for something that I'm going to look at and I'm going to be like, I don't know about this one, Tom. I don't think you need to go hoodies and stuff. I think you just have to sacrifice something for the greater good of Whodey. If you want the wins, you got to scruff it up a little bit.
Okay, I'll scruff it up Monday. I'll let it grow all weekend long and I'll come in scruffed up Monday. Is that cool?
If we win, though, you know what's going to happen. Everybody that's watching this now is going to say, Tom, You got to keep the beard going.
That's fine. I got no problem with that.
Okay.
I got no problem with that at
All right.
all. My wife would be cool with that,
go.
and no problems, no issues whatsoever. She doesn't like me much anyway, so hell, what's the difference if I have a beard or don't have a beard? Listen, Zim, I mean, everybody, including you, lost their minds after the Dallas game last week. Now, all of a sudden, it's the Jets, Jets, who, I mean, they're 1-1. They pulled off a miracle last week. You got to give credit where credit's due. They did something that hadn't been done in an NFL game in 21 years. Down 13 points with 90 seconds, they win a game. They beat Cleveland. Zim, do the Bengals get it together this week? And if so, how do they get it together?
I think the Bengals do get it together this week. I think their back is against the wall. And I want to apologize. The last time I was on here, I was like, I'm not quite in panic mode. I took a look at those numbers. We're in panic mode right now. Like, the Bengals have to win this game. You know, the only other team that went 0-3 in recent memory, because there's only like 6. And the guy that was on it is DJ Reader, so he probably could tell us a thing about it. Outside of that, though, you know, the 2017, I think, Saints with Trey Hendrickson and Von Bell, they went 0-2, and they did make the playoffs. But it's a tough ask for this team if they lose this game. And I think that this team performs very well with their back against the wall. If you remember, when we were going to go to Las Vegas last year, our back was against the wall in a must-win game. And we came out of that game with one of our best performances all year. I think a lot of the things that the players have said to us, that they're talking directly to us and saying, hey, look, they got to be flexible. They got to switch it up. Maybe we get the ball first. We're not playing we're not doing that conservative stuff. But I just think that early on, they need to treat their team as such. We're the more talented team. Let's stop acting like we're not. Let's stop BSing everybody, and let's get to what we do, and that's playing winning football with a bunch of winners that I've already won with. And let's not hide behind that. Let's go into savage mode.
One of the reasons, among many, I like having you on here is, and I look, I'm not going to ask you to name names. I would never do that in a million years. You know a lot of these guys away from the field, and I'm just kind of curious because you are, you know, you're tight with some of these guys is the bottom line. Not all of them, some of them, but do you sense that there are any cracks inside this team yet, Zim?
No, I don't. The one crack that I would sense is maybe player utilization. I think that, you know, it's a tough ask, but you know, you drafted a guy in the first round like Dax Hill, and then you watch him get like 3 snaps, or you know that Chris Evans is a really good running back. And I think that the player utilization thing maybe behind the scenes is kind of getting maybe into question, where people are saying like, hey, there's some other guys that can contribute to this team. But it's always the question I always ask people is like, okay, if we get these guys in, then who's the guy that comes off the field? And when you got Hilton playing pretty well, you got all these different Trey Flowers playing pretty good. That I think behind the scenes is like players want to play. And when you aren't winning, you're always looking at guys and saying, hey, I need to get these guys into the game.
Yeah, and that's going to happen. But I would think that if for some reason, and I don't think this is going to happen, but if for some reason, if they should go to New York and not come away with a win in that game, I don't know. And I'm not down there. I don't know any of these guys socially. None of them. I don't have a press pass. By the way, do you have a press pass when you come into town to get down there?
Sometimes I get a field pass here and there, but press pass. I'm trying to get it. Me and you need to link up and get press passes and show the people what they really want to see.
You know what? I'm going to reach out to the Bengals PR staff and ask about us at Chatterbox, more importantly, you, Zim Whodey, because, you know, look, this is where media has changed so much. There's the legacy media out there that the four big TV stations here in town, and there's only one newspaper here in town. But the bottom line is, guys like you are doing as much or more to promote this product and this team and this organization as many of those that are in the quote unquote legacy media. I mean, one of the rules is if you get a press pass, you can't go down there and cheer out loud for the team. You're a passionate cat, but you're also a smart cat. And you understand that if you get that pass, you're not going to be running down there and screaming and yelling inside the press box or cheerleading or, saying bad words if things aren't going the Bengals' way. I think guys like you should have a press pass. I really do.
Man, I appreciate that. There's a lot of people like me that I think just love football and want to cover the team, man. And I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I really, really appreciate that. There's a lot of people that really should be, covering the team. I think it helps them, especially in hard times like this too, when you don't have quitters in me, you know what I mean? So it's like I might keep it real. And like you said, I'm smart enough. Like I didn't get this far by, running my mouth like in spots that I shouldn't. So yeah, I'm smart enough to know that, hey, it's professional business. We'll handle business, pack them boys up and get them out of there and send it, and get our wins. And then I'll talk my trash online or whatever.
I understand. I understand that. And I think that's something I'm going to bring up. I'm going to call the Bengals PR staff this afternoon. Or maybe, yeah, I am. I'm going to call them. You live relatively in that hood. You look like you're in the White House with like the Rose Garden behind you on a beautiful sunny day. I mean, that's a big league setup you got there, Zim.
People always ask me, they be like, where's your Bengal stuff behind? I'll be like, my Bengal stuff is all in my heart. But, I live in the woods, Tom. I'm not going to lie to you. I cleaned out my garage the other day. I'm really, really excited about that. But I'm just doing woodsy stuff these days. And
woodsy stuff. Guy like you, that's normally, look, I would never have thought of Zim Whodey as a woodsy kind of guy. What does that mean?
I'm a big woodsy guy.
Kind of guy. You go out on hikes, you go out and look at birds and bring your little book around and your I don't see you doing that, but maybe I'm wrong.
Woodsy, help my son on his four-wheeler riding around the woods. I have a koi pond that I've taken into my life, and it's probably my biggest task, and filtering and spraying that off and trying to get the water straight and making sure the lawn is good. Normal guy, woodsy stuff. I don't know. I'm a city slicker, but I've been in the woods for a couple years now, and now I enjoy it though. It's very peaceful.
Very peaceful. The last question, were those koi? Because you got to guard against that water getting too cold for them, don't you?
Yeah, in the wintertime, so I'm starting to ration off how I'm eating now, so I'm a little bit less. The waterfall actually is it freezes the water.
Waterfall? You live on a property with a waterfall into your koi?
No. Not that. Not some elaborate waterfall. You have to have a flow of filtration, and it goes through like a little ledge with water coming off.
Okay.
It's not a big waterfall. It's just a way to clean the water. So The water itself, you don't want it flying in the wintertime because it freezes the water and the fish get really cold. There's a whole lot of stuff. We'll go through the whole year. I named the pond the Burrow Babies, and if we're losing at halftime, your son will tell you at halftime we go and we all say a prayer to the football god. So it's kind of symbolic of what we got it when Joe Burrow was drafted, and we've been adding fish and we've been watching them grow and all the way to the Super Bowl. So it's one of my little weird things that I do.
Have you considered changing your name to Zim Whodey?
I need more Zen. That's where I think you come in. I think there's other people that have been helping me channel that. I don't have enough Zen. If anybody says any trash about us online, Tom, I'm still I gotta.
I know you are. I know you. I worry about you, Zim. I worry about you. I see you get all worked up. You're a young, healthy man who has to take care of his wife and his son, and you're getting so charged up. I worry about you a lot.
I fuel off of it. I'm a different type of guy. I've been sent from the football gods to unleash hell on the earth. So Don't worry about me.
All right. And I'm going to buy some of that. Is there somewhere where people can to go to see what kind of, you said you didn't like the word, so I won't use it, merchandise? Is there somewhere they can go to see what you have?
You're Thom Brennaman. You can use whatever word you want. Everything you say sounds like a damn like if I had a bullhorn or something to it. It's like a 100% elevation of every word, and it's amazing. That merch, say it all. But the website is zimwhodey.com. Just check it out. Got some good stuff on it.
Zimwhodey.com. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to go in and buy some stuff. I'm going to get the beard going. I'm going to. I'm not going to say I'm going to, my hair is all falling out. So there's only so much I can do. I'm trying to hang on to what I got. Thank God above. I like to borrow some of that from Zim. Zim, have a good weekend. Get the Bengals a win, and we'll check in with you next week and take care of those koi out in the pond out there and the waterfall and all that.
Much zen to all of Whodey Nation.
My man. That's my man. Love that guy. Zim Whodey. He's the best.